Good Friday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by Garden State Weather and gardenstateweather.blogspot.com, your source for weather information for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with the video forecast discussion for Friday, the 20th of December 2013. And a wide variety of temperatures this morning. At sunrise, we have temperatures anywhere from the upper 20s to lower 30s in the northern New Jersey metropolitan area, including New York City, and out on Long Island, where temperatures are bumping up into the lower 40s in portions of the region, and also a 41 degrees here up at High Point State Park and also parts of Pennsylvania. Temperatures generally running in the upper 20s to mid 30s with a few low 40s across central and southern regions as well. Most skies this morning across the region are generally clear. We do have a few areas where skies are cloudy. These are high-level clouds. And underneath that, we also have ground fog over small areas of northwestern New Jersey and the Poconos and Pennsylvania. And that's due to light winds and the snowpack that's over the region. And that will be lifting during the afternoon, and we'll see a little bit more sunshine, but high and mid-level cloudiness will approach the region across the central and southern terminals today, and more clouds will be evident later this afternoon and this evening as a cold front approaches from the northwest. Right now, the winds are all light. They're from the southwest, and the temperatures are recuperating nicely this morning. For the marine deck watches and warnings, here we have small craft advisories on the South Shore and east ends of Long Island, also the New Jersey coastline down to the northern Delmarva region. Small craft advisories in effect until Saturday evening at around 6 o'clock. These might be extended into Sunday into early Monday as well. For various reasons. First of all, during the next 24 to 48 hours, southwest winds increasing in gust, especially in the near-term coastal regions up to 20 nautical miles offshore, with seas building between 3 and 5 feet. And then later on, Sunday night and Monday into early Tuesday, we could have small craft advisories reintroduced or continued for the area for northwest winds and seas as well, building to 3 to 5 feet early next week in the northwest flow behind the frontal system. Generally, VFR conditions on the aviational deck today and tonight. A little MVFR in some areas where there is ground fog this morning. Outside of that, VFR conditions across the terminals here from New York City all the way down to the northern Delmarva, including Philadelphia. And we could have marginal VFR and IFR conditions at times and showers across the region, and even some ground fog tomorrow morning and overnight tonight. Shouldn't be that widespread, but there might be a little bit more widespread fog or ground fog across the region and some stratus across the region late tonight and tomorrow morning too. And then on Sunday, probably IFR conditions as showers move through, and VFR to IFR conditions as showers move through, with VFR conditions returning early next week. Out of Newark this morning, 33 degrees, visibility 10 miles, a few clouds at 17,000, broken at 21,000, overcast at 24,000. That's the warm air advection coming in. Visibility is better than 10 miles. Southwest winds this morning as well at about 5 knots. They're light, and the southwest flow will continue very light for the next 24 hours, ramping up a little bit more so tomorrow afternoon. With visibilities improving better than 6 to 10 miles. Any visibilities will be lower than that in any ground fog or broken cloud cover later tonight and tomorrow morning. And that's what we're expecting, basically a broken cloud cover day with ceilings at about 22,000 feet, variable during tonight and tomorrow morning in the ground fog, and then back to broken tomorrow morning. And then overcast conditions by later tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. Especially tomorrow night and Saturday morning, and mostly cloudy skies on Saturday too. For the Philadelphia metro area, generally VFR this morning 37 degrees. It is overcast with broken ceilings at 28,000, scattered 18,000. And broken ceilings again in the forecast for the terminals through late this afternoon and this evening. And basically VFR conditions throughout, however, with southwest winds at about 10 knots or less. And ceilings go downhill late tonight with some ground fog, and broken ceilings tomorrow morning at 4,000 feet just before sunrise, with the lower visibilities there. A southwest wind at around 9 knots. Visible satellite this morning at sunrise shows a little bit more cloud cover across northeastern Pennsylvania, parts of extreme northern New Jersey into the Hudson Valley region. That's due to the ground fog over snowpack there. And then we have basically clear skies across the rest of the New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Delmarva region on the visible satellite this morning. We can also show some lifting on the water vapor across the same region as we get a punch of warm air advection across the region from the Ohio Valley, scattered through central and northeastern Pennsylvania into the Hudson Valley. Not much really going on radar. The frontal boundary is to our north and west, and we have a couple of disturbances now racing across the Great Lakes, and most of this will stay modeled and to our north and east throughout the next 24 hours. A wider view this morning of the showers approaching from the northwest, but this cold front here will basically stay to our north and west, begrudgingly so over the next couple of days, as a warm surge and high pressure off the mid-Atlantic coast continues to pump up very mild air and rapid snowmelt. Surface weather map from weatherroanoke.com and digital atmosphere software this morning shows the wavery front, or quasi-stationary, semi-stationary front across the forecast region to our north and west, with a few showers and the isotropic lift to ground, high pressure, and a southwest flow, pumping in very mild temperatures. Temperatures this morning generally running in the 40s here across the south, and we have temperatures in the mid 60s across the central and southeastern areas here across the lower Tennessee and Valley region, and this warm air will continue to be infiltrated on southwesterly winds into the region, with some record-breaking temperatures possible by Sunday in the New Jersey, New York, Philly metro area. Yesterday we were a little bit more concerned about the melting of the snow coinciding with the rain oncoming with the frontal passage during Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. The GEFS and North American Ensemble forecast, river forecast, have backed down on the sites that are forecasted to reach the criteria of either the action stage or minor flooding stage. However, on both ensembles, the GEFS and the North American Ensemble forecast does place the Millstone River at Blackwell Mills in an area that will probably reach minor flooding during Monday and early Tuesday. Outside of that, basically we're not expecting too much more in the way. Also, Bound Brook is another area that we'll have to watch for the action stage on Sunday night and Monday, as a combination of the rain, showers that move through with the front, and also the rapid snowmelt over the next 48 hours to watch this area here. Also, areas in Pennsylvania around Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, up in the coal mine areas. These are mountainous areas here in northeastern Pennsylvania, the Poconos. We may have to watch for areas of some moderate flooding possible potential on early Monday and Tuesday. NamWRF modeled composite reflectivity and cloud cover forecast from Penn State's EWOL site shows the increase of high clouds across the region today, and there's enough of them to make a partly sunny day throughout most of the region. Probably more clouds moving into the north and west terminals and throughout the Poconos later this morning after some of that ground fog lifts as the sun comes up this morning and the air begins to mix a little bit. Keeping the frontal system to our north and west, a few spokes of precipitation, light spotty showers get in here early tomorrow morning after midnight, a little bit more clouds. The model is showing a little bit more stratus, perhaps even a few light showers around the region Saturday morning, particularly along the Delaware River here. Across Jersey into the Poconos, and perhaps a spotty shower or so across northwestern New Jersey. Outside of that, southwest winds and mild air continue in the forecast, and then we wait until later Saturday afternoon as the low pressure area across the southern plains lifts towards the St. Lawrence River Valley and the Ohio Valley first on its progress northeastbound, and keeping the flow generally on the dry side with mostly scattered clouds, mid and high level clouds central and southern New Jersey, more clouds across the northwest zones, a spotty shower. Then, as we approach Sunday, that's where the cold front begins to move towards the region, and by in the afternoon, most of the lifting now is going into Canada, and we find a little bit of a squall line, maybe just a line of broken showers across the region as they make their way across early in the afternoon, and just a few leftover showers later in the afternoon. But the cold air is still hanging well to the west across the Great Lakes, so even as this frontal boundary approaches, probably will not affect the temperature drop too rapidly on Monday morning. GFS forecast into motion, high pressure across the region, southwesterly winds. Here's our first disturbance along the frontal boundary, staying to our north and west here during the day on Friday, which is today and tonight. There's a second batch here in the warm air advection getting going on Saturday morning. And by Saturday afternoon, again, most of that precipitation stays to our west, with an increase in cloud cover and milder temperatures to melt some more of that snowpack fronts on the ground, particularly over the Poconos and northwestern New Jersey. There's virtually none left from central and southern New Jersey. Here's our main stem low now, getting going across the Tennessee River Valley as it moves towards the Ohio and then eventually the St. Lawrence River Valley during the day on Sunday night, and Monday drags a cold front through the region. Most of the energy split between two areas, one to the north along and northwest of the low, and that stays away to our west with a thin line of showers. We thought that there might be some convection, but now we're thinking that there's a less chance of that happening as the cold air really lags behind here because the main stem trough is still west of the Great Lakes. So broken line of showers Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening that gets out of here. But there is still modeled precipitation across the Delmarva that we talked about yesterday. Some of the models still having a hard time of what to do with this. Keeping the northern mid-Atlantic regions of New York and New Jersey dry, maybe an outlier light rain shower here as you approach southern New Jersey, getting into the Delmarva. There could be more light rain hanging around on Monday morning as the progression of this front gets stalled up a little bit by this feature here. As we go through the forecast, it gets sheared out, and there could still be some precipitation around here on Monday night, gradually giving way as the main trough now begins to push towards the Ohio River Valley, and high pressure at the surface from the center part of the country begins to build east. And that's what the model's basically showing, with the northwest wind, trough access now getting into the northeastern United States, blustery flow on Monday night and Tuesday, Christmas Eve day. The winds begin to abate as the trough access gets overhead northern New England. The pattern begins to flatten a little bit with surface high pressure building in, dry weather on Tuesday. Winds abate Tuesday night, Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day looks seasonably cold with temperatures in the 30s and dry weather to be in the offing at that time. So you might be able to put the winter coats, the heavy winter coats away, but I wouldn't put them away for too long because seasonable weather is coming back into the forecast, particularly from Monday night through early next week, especially on Christmas Day, where temperatures will be in the low to mid 30s once again. After a record-breaking Sunday where temperatures could reach the mid and upper 60s across many of the interior locations, cooler along the immediate coast with that southwest wind overriding the water there right along the outer barrier islands of New Jersey and coastal New York and Connecticut as well. That's it for today and for this weekend. We'll be back bright and early with you in video form on Monday for Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.com and all your weather sources. You know where to go. Forecaster Robert Smith, you make it a great weekend. Get out there, finish up that shopping, and we'll see you bright and early on Monday morning.